Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to another session on marketing strategy. Thank you. I know you are excited to listen a case analysis on Gucci and Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. I can understand your excitement, and everybody aspires to get a brand of Gucci or Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, isn't it? Moet Hennessy, if you see this particular brand, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, LVMH, it was started by Bonner, very famous company. They have got 5 verticals like fashion, wine and spirits, perfume, watch jewelry, and selective retail. All of you know they have got 75 brands. But the interesting part about this particular brand is, the group is, they have never developed a particular brand, isn't it? So they have 75 brands, but they have not developed a particular brand. And that's one of the minus side of this particular group. They are one of the largest, heritage fashion brand in the entire world. And see the turnover of this particular company, 81 billion euros. So they are the largest fashion brand in the entire world. Obviously, I should not be using only fashion brand because they are present in all these verticals, right? And they are 10 times bigger than the Kering Group, which is the owner of Gucci brand. And that is one of their negative part. If you look at if this is the weakness of LVMH, the weakness for this particular brand is they get 60% of their sale from Gucci brand alone. So it's very difficult to fight with a company which is having 75 brands and all are global premium brands, super premium and ultra premium brands, with one brand in consideration. And this case is very important because there is a continuous battle between LVMH and Gucci. Because LVMH is trying to acquire Gucci and Gucci is refusing to be acquired by LVMH. So it's a very interesting case study. So when we will talk about acquisition as a concept, we will have discussion on this particular case. But for the time being, this is a luxury case discussion versus luxury versus fashion. And as you know, fashion is basically a trend, which changes from time to time. But when you talk about luxury, it's all about timeless heritage brand. And you don't become a premium, super luxury premium brand overnight. It takes years and years together. Very surprisingly, both of them in 2000 they are at the same pedestal. But when they reach 2025, this guy is 10 times bigger than this. So what is the technique of LVMH? How this brand has grown to such a level when the other brand is not able to do the same growth? So number one is the policy of Mr. Arnold. If you see LVMH, the moment they see a potential luxury brand in the market, they will go and acquire. That is their way of operating things. They are present in many countries and they are a very high growth oriented company. Gucci, if you look at, they believe in super premium branding. They are a super premium brand, but their expansion policy is very, very slow. And they don't believe in acquisition of new brands. So this company is a super aggressive company. And if you look at this group, this is not as aggressive group as they focus on their own brand. They not only focus on their own brand 75, but they also go on acquiring new and new brands. So this is one of the growth platform of this particular brand. Now, very interestingly, if you look at this particular case, I have noted down a few of the prominent brands from the fashion industry. If you see Prada, Miu Miu, Loewe, Veneta, Moncler, Saint Laurent, Burberry, all these brands, rules the market. And how the journey of LVMH started. Mr. Bernard, for the first time, he acquired Christian Dior. That was the first brand he acquired because he was into real estate. He was a real estate baron. For your information, let me also clarify. LVMH is a French brand, right? Gucci is an Italian brand. So that's the difference. So their pedigree is different. So French is normally more aggressive than Italian business people. So you can see that also in actions. They are so aggressive in acquiring new brands. It's a French way of operating things, and Italian brands are more classy, more focused on their own product development and quality. But that is not the exactly how you operate in the international market. Because in international market, you want to be a successful brand, then you have to be very, very aggressive, right? Now you must be thinking why we are bringing this particular case into consideration if there is no merger and acquisition case in consideration, and some of the legal battles also. So the objective of bringing this brand is how a customer takes decision when they go for a brand like Gucci or LVMH. Because you all know, once upon a time, like they have a brand called Hermes, and Hermes was having ladies bag which cost 10,000 euros. So these are classy brands, very costly brands. People love these brands. They don't feel bad. Earlier people used to go to like France and Italy to own these brands, but now it is available everywhere. But the brand also is going through a lot of challenges. I've taken it out because we have to draw something. So this brand is also going through a lot of challenges, because when you talk about fashion brands, what happens in case of fashion brands? In case of fashion brands, the fashion, because trend changes, and if you look at luxury brands, this also changes, because you need quick innovation, right? Quick innovation, so that you can bring your premium brands, because this is also changing. You cannot say like fashion is trendy, so trend changes, so you have to change. But here also luxury changes, because you have to compete with other competitors also, right? So now, how a customer takes a decision. Now, we have sufficient discussion on FCB Green, which is high involvement, low involvement, thinking and feeling. So basically, customer, what they do, essentially, it's a high involvement brand, but it's a feeling brand, isn't it? So LVMH will come here, Gucci also will feature here. The moment these brands will go there, obviously they are not super premium brands, because it's thinking decisions, right? So here, customers don't think about money. Obviously, it's a parameter for high involvement category, but they normally think about the experience, because these brands are all about experience, right? So that is the reason this is called heritage brands. Okay, now, so this is one. Number two is, if you see the other side of the story, how do these brands position their branding to the customers, isn't it? So as we have seen, consumers take through experience and feeling. So these brands, what they do is basically they create experience around their brand, right? So that is the reason it is called timeless journey into heritage branding, right? Customers feel proud to own this particular brand, and customers keep these brands for a long time, not only because of the price aspect, but also it is a prestige matter. So if you look at Maslow's need hierarchy, customers choose these brands because of the esteem needs, right? And if you are saying like simple living, high thinking, those kind of concepts doesn't apply here, because if that is the case, then that is a popular mass branding concept, right? So luxury is limited, and it is meant for limited segments only, right? So we will stop here, because we talked about what are the strategic options these brands are having, how they have taken strategy to grow. So one brand is having an aggressive marketing strategy, the other brand is into a little more submissive marketing strategy. And the major differentiation between these two brands are, LVMH operates with multi-brand strategy, 75 brands, I mean not a joke, in 5 verticals, 5 sectors. But this brand, Gucci gives 60% of the sale to Kering Group. So I think the future lies, if they are not building their product portfolio, brand portfolio, they will be going to have a tough time. That's what we see, isn't it? So now, we will close this case with few questions or recommendations for these brands. So is there any recommendation from your side for a brand like Gucci, or you have a recommendation like to LVMH? Is there a recommendation, or you see any challenges that is coming for all these brands? Yeah, any challenges? So the first challenge is, or first recommendation is, they should have a wider portfolio to fight the 75 brands, isn't it? What is the recommendation for this guy, LVMH? Though they are a very successful company in the entire world, they are one of the best, but they are having too many brands. So if they are exponentially growing in acquisition of brands, it might be also their weakness in the long run, isn't it? Because having too much of portfolio is also sometimes painful. So as long as this company is able to manage it, it's okay. But I think if you look at the present context of our discussion, we can give a suggestion to this company. They might be a little slow in acquiring new brands, though it is advisable that they are on that track. But sometimes managing these brands are difficult. What are the number 2 options for them? The fast fashion brands, though there is no direct comparison between this, but they are also eating away some of their because that is called affordable luxury. So affordable luxury brands, are directly, indirectly they are killing, you know, if not directly, indirectly they are killing some of their possible options, because their lower end brands might be closer to the affordable luxury. Isn't it? So we'll stop here and we will see in the next class some more cases or some more details on Gucci and LVMH, because it's very difficult to complete this within this stipulated time. So thank you very much. We'll stop here. Thank you.